I've been journaling every single day for the past year now, and it has changed my life. Through my trials and experience, I'm going to share with you my foundation of journaling, my philosophy on journaling, and a walkthrough of exactly how I set up my journal so that you can implement these practices in your life. All right, let's begin. The first important thing to starting and keeping a good journaling practice is to have a foundation. So it's something that anchors your journaling practice and allows you to do it daily. Here are a couple things that work for me. First is time blocking. Time blocking is a practice where you create an outline of your day in hourly or half-hour chunks so that every minute of your day has a purpose. For me, it's been helpful to not think of time blocking as a rigid schedule. Rather, it's kind of like a declaration of my priorities. If I'm putting something down on paper, I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to make sure it's actually important to me. To help with time blocking, I usually do it the night before, and I always have my Google Calendars in hand and a to-do list app called Todoist. Alright, so the next thing I love journaling for is habit tracking. So habit tracking has just been a really quick, simple, easy way to always make sure that I'm keeping up with the habits that I want. For me, what I do is I write a letter out for every habit that I want to implement. So right now, currently on the top of my journal, I have Zix Savers, and that's ZICS-SAVERS. And these all stand for one thing. Z is for zinc, so that I can have vitamins. I is for insight. It's kind of like talking to a camera and sharing my insight, having a conversation. C is for creative, so that just means I'm doing camera work or editing work every single day. S stands for story. It's kind of like a short elevator pitch I tell myself every morning. And for savers, it goes S also stands for silence, which is meditation for myself. A is for affirmations, so I wrote out and read affirmations every morning and night. V is for visualization, so I visualize my day and I'm just looking forward to the day ahead. E is for exercise, whether that's yoga or like 10 jumping jacks or hitting the gym. R is for reading, having a good diet to feed my mind of inspirational thoughts and books. And S stands for scribing, which is also journaling. Pretty fitting for this video. And for the scribing practice, I go through something I call the 5 daily appreciations. And the 5 daily appreciations are actually the third thing I wanted to share with you. So it goes, number 1, I write down what I'm grateful for every single morning. Number 2, an obstacle that I'm grateful for. Number 3, a person that I'm grateful for. Number 4, something I'm looking forward to today. And number 5, one long-term goal that I'm working towards. So let me break it down for you. The first thing is something I'm grateful for, and I do this so I can cultivate a gratefulness practice and so I can remember to enjoy all the things that are happening for me and the life that I have. And so the second thing is an obstacle that I'm grateful for. I know what you might be saying, it's kind of weird to say I'm grateful for an obstacle, but let me give you a little breakdown on this. Oftentimes, the obstacles we face are catalysts for our own growth. I'm reading right now The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, and in this book he talks about like a lot of Stoic philosophers, people like Marcus Aurelius, and how they viewed obstacles as a way to grow, as a way to prove themselves, and as opportunities to get even better. And so that leads to the third thing, which is writing down someone you're grateful for today. And that just leads back to cultivating a mind of gratefulness and sharing positivity and spreading as much love as you can. For me, I always try to write someone down, and then throughout the day, if I have a chance, text them, call them, or send them a message, and just let them know that I appreciate them in my life. Hands down, if you're not going to do anything else, do this one. It really helps with building your relationships. For me, I'm at college. It's hard to be able to talk to my old friends a lot, but when I'm able to just check in with them, it always feels nice to give that love to other people. So that's why I do it. The fourth thing is something I'm looking forward to today, and I just do this so whenever I look at my day and I time block my day, if I can't say I'm looking forward to anything in the morning, then I'm just like, I did it wrong. And I would make sure to structure my days where I can actually look forward to things. And I think just saying, what am I looking forward to today? It forces you to be in the moment, because a lot of times we think of success as in the future, we'll be happy in the future, but always think of your day kind of is your life. You know, you gotta make sure you're living every day to its fullest. And so that's just an extension of that. And the fifth and last thing is writing down a long-term goal that I'm working towards. For me, I've realized that our biggest ambitions are marathons. They're not meant to be completed in a week. They're not meant to be, finished in one creative spurt. They require long-term effort, and I think journaling is the best way to implement that long-term practice into your life, and to be able to just look forward and say, these are my goals in 5 years. What am I doing? Even if it's something small, to move me towards that, to take a stride towards that today. Next thing I want to share are a couple philosophies on journaling, and the first one is that consistency makes a compelling practice. I think journaling with consistency brings out the best in everyone, and it brings out the best practices. So to make sure you're not forgetting anything, usually what I do is I place my journal on top of my phone at night, or I place it in the middle of my desk, or I place it at a space where it's obvious. And this just helps with like environment design to make sure that once I see the journal, all I have to do is pick it up, take out my pen, and follow through with whatever I set out to do. The next philosophy that I have is that everything you write tells a story. If you ever feel like your writing is useless, that is when it's the most important to be journaling. Because when you look back a week from then, a month from then, or even a year from then, you're gonna see with so much more clarity what you meant. And it's also nice to remember that everything that you write, even down to the handwriting that you have, can tell a story about your day. You know, maybe it's something a bit like more scribbly and you feel like you had a really bad day, or really you're just writing immaculately and you had a great day. The next thing I think is important is having a relationship with my journal. So with my journal, I always use a really nice pen, and I have this really nice notebook from Muji, but it didn't always start that way. I used to just have a pencil and I used to just write, but it definitely feels better when you're actually putting like some thought into what you're using to write, and you have some kind of sentimental value with the journal, because you know you're putting your genuine thoughts and feelings in here. And I think for me, having a journal like this where it has a pen holder also gives me a little bit of an edge up on my habit practice and doing it every single day, because there's way less friction in how I actually start my journal. It's really small. I just carry it around, take out my pen, and in like 2 steps, bam, I can be writing. So here's exactly what I do. First, I write the day on the top left of the journal. I don't like to start in the middle of another page because I want every day to be a fresh start. The second thing is I write down the habits I want to complete. The third thing I do is time block and prioritize my day. And the fourth thing I do during my morning routine is I write down my daily appreciations. Everything else, whether you're writing poems, you're writing music, you're writing lyrics, or you're just writing your thoughts down, is up to you. And so to begin, if you're beginning, I wish you the most luck possible. It's gonna be amazing. But I would say that it's really important to build a foundation for yourself. So maybe try one of the things I suggested. You can try time blocking your day, you can try doing the habit things, or you can try doing the 5 daily appreciations. And that's the one I think I would just recommend to everyone. Do the 5 daily appreciations. They're really helpful in terms of cultivating a life that you're really grateful for and really excited to live. As you can see right now, I'm kind of overflowing with joy talking about journaling. So I encourage you to try these things out. It might not be the first day or the first week or the first month where you see the progress, but eventually you'll feel it, and eventually you'll get into that flow of journaling every single day. And once you are able to look back at all the things that you've accomplished, you'll just have a bigger track record of, yeah, I'm capable of the things I want to do, I'm capable of being consistent, and I'm a person that lives life and appreciates life for everything it is. Alright, I hope you got something out of this video to try. Daily journaling has seriously changed my life, and I want to share that with you. Alright, that's it for today. More videos to come. Love you, Tran Clan. See you in the next one. Yes!